This presentation, titled The Council for the Advancement of Standards in Higher Education, has been designed for HIED 5366, Assessment in Higher Education, by Carol Cromie. The Council for the Advancement of Standards in Higher Education, or CAS, was developed in 1979 by the American College Personnel Association and the National Association of Student Personnel Administrators. The goal of these two organizations was to provide quality assurance in co-curricular programs through the use of established self-assessment guides, or SAGs. When the SAGs were initially developed back then, the organizations enlisted the help of professionals from 29 co-curricular areas. Today, over 40 functional areas have established SAGs. When I first started researching CAS and saw the list of co-curricular areas that are represented, I was pleasantly surprised. I don't know about you, but seeing this list kind of validates the reason we are all in this program and working in these professions. I think it really reinforces the view that in today's world, we are responsible for the holistic education of students and how important each of these areas is. The SAGs were developed to help programs assess how they are doing. Why is this important? Well, I mentioned on the previous slide, we're working in the age of holistic student development. So it's important that we document student learning and the progress we're making toward that development. Assessment also reminds us of our program's goals and expected outcomes. We need to remember these when we are developing new programs or making changes to existing ones. Assessment also takes into account how we're measuring our goals. All of these things then lead us to process improvement and then evaluating if our process improvement has been successful. Assessment really is a cycle that we constantly go through. As I was putting this presentation together, I ran across this cartoon and thought it was really relevant to the topic. I think people probably use the terms assessment and evaluation interchangeably when they are really two different processes. As you can see here, the purpose of assessment is to increase the quality of something, while when you are evaluating something, you're making a judgment about quality. So how can the CAS SAGs help programs? Well, the SAG is a tool that schools can use to document that they are meeting established outcomes. When a SAG is used, it could even show that a program isn't doing as well as expected, which is also good because then it clearly identifies what areas need improvement. If programs are interested in using a SAG, they simply order the appropriate one from CAS, and it comes with full implementation instructions, including how to develop your review team, understanding classifications, collecting documentation, assigning ratings, and then implementing change. If you're interested in learning more about CAS, visit their website at cas.edu. They have sections on the site for standards, which include general standards, learning and development outcomes, statement of shared ethical principles, characteristics of individual excellence, and program review. They also have a great section that lists various resources offered and a store where you can purchase CAS materials. These are some of the CAS member organizations. Just looking through these, I recognize several that I've been associated with. While I was doing my practicum for this program, I had the pleasure of helping host the AHEAD conference in Galveston, and they are listed here. One of my current roles is the primary designated school official in CVIS for our F1 students, and NAFSA is the organization I work with for that. NASPA is also my national organization for financial aid, and I see NASPA on here, which is the organization that published our textbook. On this last page, I see NERSA. While I don't work in the college recreation area, my husband does, and he just attended a NERSA conference in Las Vegas. Of course, I went with him to that one. So as you can see, lots of reputable organizations endorse CAS, which speaks of the quality and mission of the Council. I hope you've learned a little about the Council for the Advancement of Standards in Higher Education and will utilize the resources they provide as you continue your important work at your campuses.